We're going to move through a series of self-enhancement techniques, moving to the ultimate goal, which is not spirituality, not some form of enlightenment where you transcend the world or rise up to heaven, but where we come to the other side of not a confront on one another like you do in a beginning class in working with one another in non-evaluative therapy and so forth, where you look at each other originally or at first, and you walk into any room and all you have to do is set up a sense of interest. You're interested in the space. You should never be bored. So that's the beginning step. And then you learn to do that quietly. And then you have a partner where you learn to look at the other's facial expressions and look at one another without having a thought. You know, I've done this for many, many, many years. There's a Dr. Gabodi somewhere out there. My buddy, we started an institute with my friend Rosamond and her husband Peter, where we taught therapists how to not evaluate, look at each other. So this is the very beginning. It gets very complex, but very simple. The whole point is to not think, is to just be available to the other party. And then you might ask a simple question like, is the world round? And the other person looking with yes or no. And you have to keep a straight face and not react, and not just the facial indicators, but if somebody has a thought when you're doing these exercises, one thought, it feels like getting smacked in the face. So in all meditative activities, you get out of the cerebral cortex, which is the devil. In Buddhism, you get, it's called the monkey mind. You relax your thinking and let it flow down to your gut, deep in your abdomen. You feel the abdominal walls expanding and retracting with inhalation, exhalation. I'm moving through these quickly, and as soon as you're out of your head, it's like there's nothing wrong. There is nothing wrong. Now, this is a very beginning exercise. It gets complex. And I'm going to go right to the end of it now so you see where this is going. It's quite biblical. So you confront with people, and you're working with someone who might have a sub-personality they want to work with. It could be a demonic being. And you make the person safe and have them address the being that's in them, or the thought, or the pain, or the traumatic incident, and they'll address it. But what I want to do now is extrapolate this way out there where we're conscious of one another, and beyond the thought of this whole world existing, we're like, this is something all spiritual people in the world can do this moment. Imagine yourself in heaven, or as heaven, looking at the earth, and you'll see the place where the origination of Lucifer, Satan, whatever, where these beings start. And you're looking back at the world system, and you've overcome the world completely, permanently. It's not a state of enlightenment or illumination or whatever, and you transcend to a higher plane. You'll overcome the entire world. My point is that enough of us do this, and there'll be no world. It's all we've talked about in these classes and these sessions together, and the books I've written and so forth, and it's quite biblical. It's simply, this is the how-to. Sit quietly. You could look at anything, anyone in the world, and not react. You train yourself to do this, or there are thousands of self-enhancement techniques that train you, that teach you, that help you do that. And as soon as you do that, you're on your own and you can address anything. I've been doing this for 60 years, and it always works. It always works. And 1 or 2, 3 times in all those years, I had someone with a being that was not worth dealing with, but I knew that beforehand somewhat, but you make those attempts. So it's not in having people feel God, because we're all loving, kind people who are spiritual, right? It's not that we want people to feel the love. You're going to discover that that's not the problem. The problem is their temptations. And so you have to begin by teaching some of these self-enhancement techniques. And once you're there, and you are there, you are God's presence in the world. To heaven, you are a hero. You're a great, great, great being, a great soul. You're here to end all of the madness. Not a little. It's not about you transcending and going up to heaven. It's ending the whole thing. That's the Christian message, isn't it? From the beginning to the end of the scripture, it's moving in that direction, that this really shouldn't be. Isn't it a horror show for all of us? And the more complex and the more involved you get with it and the more you want to do well, you can't. But if you get very, very, very quiet, then you get a confront on the whole world. And what's behind the world is a demonic projection. There is nothing solid or hard or no pain or fear or animosity in God. How could that possibly be? And all of us who are spiritual, we understand that this world is it's a tincture of something dark and there's no more, and it doesn't have to be. So we look at the world, and we can look at what's behind the world, this being called Satan, or whatever word you want to use for it, the darkness. And so you just look at it, and it can't fight you when you realize it's just an image, and it wants to hit all your buttons. If you have no buttons because you love God and your mommy and your puppy, and you're a warrior in the spiritual sense in your heart and soul, like a mother would be, she'll die for her baby, and that's the beginning of living. So the confront we have on people working with Him, we have on this world system, and we'll feel God, feel our heart. It's a golden, like inside of a light bulb. You used to see the gold in the aluminum, whatever, would be all gold and luminous and just so exquisite and so beautiful. It's like a trillion suns. That's our heart and soul, and we gave all that up to be here, to be this little finger touch of presence in hell. And so we can look at the demonic force that is the world, and you'll contain it in one kind of a cellophane wrapped presence, and you can look at Satan like that without reacting. It's not a big deal, but it will destroy people, it kills people, it murders. But if you understand all that, you look behind it at what's projecting it, there's no problem. I do this a few times a week all of my life, sometimes more, sometimes less. You don't have to hang up a shingle. You will always be guided by God from this moment on, as you have been. You're a holy warrior in a hell. And you'll overcome it all by not giving it anything. Learning to confront with people. Confront means to acknowledge there's someone there, there's a presence there, and you confront by being nothing, by simply being aware and having the other person feel safe to live out their dreams, their ambitions, and more than that, their fears, their pains, their circumstance in their life. And if they feel free to express it, someone's listening, that's a miracle. And you'll have it every single time you do it for the rest of time, until time no longer is. Only you, the pure one, you, your soul. You, the hero of heaven, who have given up divinity to be one of these play actors in this world. Like all the world's a stage. It's all kabuki theater, it's the shadows on the wall of Plato, and we're not real as people in this world. And as soon as you confront and let it go and be aware, and then more than anything pray and are with God, you'll find that God is looking out from your eyes. And you gave that up. That's why I say you're a hero in heaven. You gave that up to be in the middle of this madness and let it go. And it's not about you or I becoming illumined and letting go of the whole world. It's more pure than love. You're more pure than starlight, or purity or beauty. That's what's inside the human heart, the human soul. The human soul is God. There's only one soul, one God. It's so infinitely transcendent of this world that there's no way to begin to explain it beyond great art, great poetry, great love and kindness. It fills the air, daytime and night. And it's you, isn't it you? So if you get a confront on the entire world, let go of the cerebral cortex, which is Satan, all the thoughts of the world. This is what creates the world. If you get down here, if you're ever with a room full of monks or whatever, that I've been all my life, created the World Zen Center 60 years ago, Dr. Sho and others, and we still see each other now and then, every 50 years for once, and bump into each other, because I'm a monk. I've never been online on don't use a computer at all ever. I'm just there. But it always works. You're not going to need anything or anyone. It'll simply work. You've got to confront on the world, you'll find that it's not the world. It's transparent, translucent, and through it you'll see your soul, this beauteous, pure presence. It's the kind light of a mother's heart and the power of a father's soul. You just stand by and protect. You'll have all that going for you. So we got to confront, we learn ourselves how to confront, to work with people, and then from that, you'll have a confront on the whole world. You let yourself drift beyond heaven and your perception, and you look at the whole world. You look at Satan, this force creating it, moving it, the projector room, and give it nothing. And you give bodies and shapes nothing. Not damning it, it's not the end of the world, it's being aware of it. And Satan can't look behind him, he's just getting away with hiding behind the screen and throwing little darts around. There's no more to it, and for us, for all of us who are spiritual, these words make all the sense in the world, don't they? So that's how this thing's going to end. By some number of us simply looking at it from outer space, as it were, which is simply our own perception, but it's not space, because space in the world and oxygen and time and light and things and not things, they do not exist. They're part of the projection of the demonic force. Get out of here and you'll see God. It's that simple. You know, when you get a second wind, you're working through something, you can't, and all of a sudden catch a full breath and you jump right in the game again. So as soon as you get out of here, you go down here and it's like you're born again, literally. You go, let's go, you can do anything. Anything. Not anything that your heart desires, but everything and anything that God is, which is an infinite pure presence. And it's you, it is your presence, that's who you are. And you will from time to time wrestle with demons, fight very powerful forces, and you'll win every time, and some will be great battles, and most of us have gone through all of them already. And this is simply the last shot we need, is to get beyond the world, look back in the world system where the projections are coming at people. You're looking at Satan from his back, and it's like, and that'll be it. There's no physicality to it. It's just a lost thought. Whether it's millions or trillions of years ago or billions, it doesn't matter. It's nothing. There is no time. Remember in Revelation 10 it says that there be time no longer, that the mystery of God should be finished. And that's what it means. It's a spiritual text. Paul said the scripture is written in a mystery. The mystery is you have to be spiritual, mystical. You have to experience this timeless moment that never ends, that is eternity. That's your heart, your soul. And when you're there, you'll find your mom there, her love, your pop, your puppy, your kitten, your friend, your neighbor. But we're all one presence. I just want to say this because I want to. It's the spiritual presence is infinitely more beautiful. Infinitely more beautiful than we can imagine once we get there. So do some of these processes. We're all spiritual and mystical. And know that the end of it is the world won't exist. So don't forget, I mean, the details I said right now, I have in books, it doesn't matter. Point is, it will come to you, it will come to you. God is God. God is God. There's nothing in the world, God is God. This is the illusion. And you are God's hero. You gave up your soul's presence in heaven to be this person here acting out this drama in order to be available to people here to help them lift beyond the noise and the circumstance and the hard and fastness of being a being in this world, which is, again, in Sanskrit they call it Maya, right? Meaning the illusion. These thoughts have been in play for thousands and thousands of years. Civilizations come and go, and the holy ones, which are some percentage of us, have always seen and felt these things. There was no early man, or there's only this presence. Do you understand the whole thing is Maya? Maya is the illusion. Samsara is the other word they use for it, is meaning all the emotional contractions and the mental, it's, you know what I mean? It's all the madness of it, and down to the most subtle degree. There are no two separate bodies. That's the whole idea of Adam and Eve. As soon as they saw each other as bodies, that was the problem. It's not in the beginning, it's in a beginning. This world system starts now and then, and we're going to end it forever. If you look at the original Aramaic, I guess, and you'll see in the Bible, it doesn't say in the beginning, it says in a beginning. In a beginning. In other words, world systems pop up here and there, and today we have the tools to end all of it forever. It's something that should have never been. It's so horrible. And that's why we have the strength and the power and the fortitude to sit deeply without reacting or giving ourselves to it at all. And when you get here, then you can get behind the scenes where all the pain and all the horrors in your friends' lives. You can heal everyone and everything. These are not just words. Yes, your kindness is God, but your consideration to this deeper matter of not giving the world anything, you will battle very horrible forces, and you will love it. You will win every time. Sometimes it might last a few weeks or days or mostly moments, but as soon as you learn not to react, as I've learned many years ago, I rarely have to give a circumstance that much. And it's never been about me once I realized it was, not that it was ever about me, there is no me, there is no you, there is God. It's a oneness, that's why I say it's infinitely more than anyone could ever dream. The infinite ecstatic purity, beauty, it's a different dimension. Different even than people think spirituality would be. It's something so much more meaningful. And there's no sense of time or place, it's you, it's the real you. You gave that up to be here. God will be with you every moment, every day around the clock as you get to confront on the world system, quietly, purely, decently, prayerfully, however you approach it. And this won't have to be any longer. The point of confront isn't to work with people. You'll be beyond the whole world looking at this in an infinite spiritual sense, not outer space. That's part of the illusion. It's a separate reality, and you'll look at the world from behind it, and you'll have power over the whole world. You understand? Power over it. It'll just dissipate at your glance. So we get a few of us together doing this, and that'll be that. Next case. You are a pure soul. In a hell, you gave up your divinity, you're part of divinity, to be here and do this. God bless every moment of your war against the stupidity of believing there's any other presence other than our Father and our mentor and our friend and our mother and our father, the holy presence of Almighty everlasting God. You are his hero. You're in a mighty battle to secure peace and freedom for all living souls in this world. You cannot fail. It is your destiny. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Skolton. Thank you, sir.